Okay, I can't hear myself. WWW. Ah, fuck! I already had a game I could have started. We're doing that instead. Hold on. Which one was it? I think it was just Jill on normal mode. Yes, very early on though. So I gotta remember what I'm doing in this playthrough. I'm just kind of doing this as a tester and figuring out what the hell I'm doing. Gotta get this mouse out of the way before that drives me to insanitum, to delirium. Alright. Hold up. Throw that in there. We can take the emblem later. The fuel canteen is gonna be a little bit useless without the lighter yet. We don't need 2 green herbs. Oh, we might need that chemical right away, because I do know the, not plant 42, the other plant, or it might be a part of plant 42, or, I don't think it's plant 43, plant 43 is a different one, I think. Resident Evil loves its killer plants. Ah, fuck, I'm not even in the hallway where I use it. Okay, I thought I was in the other one. The other side of the building where, I guess I'm at the East Wing storeroom and not, what was it, the West? East, West, North, Northwest, South, East. Yeah, I think it would have been West storeroom. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know senses of direction. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's see where we can find, what we can do. All right. Come on, let's go up here. Up here. Also, oh, hey, yo. Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Hey, Joe, defend yourself. Yes, good job. Good. Damn. Was I already at caution, or was that from him getting me? So I used my defensive item, but I might not have used it in time. I'm also using the tank controls, because I do not like the modern controls for this game. I don't know. A lot of people say they can't handle tank controls. That is a total skill issue. Let's see. We need the lighter in this room to get that fireplace on. I did not remember there being 3 herbs in here, even on normal. That's a bit odd. It could just be because I've been playing the original a bit more lately, so a few of the things in the remake are different to me, but I could swear there was never this many in here. That seems like a bit much. But it seems like this game just has a ton of herbs in general. I think it might be to adapt for the fact that there's crimson heads. They threw more green herbs in, but I don't know, that doesn't seem right. I would like to think that the resources are more limited on the remake, but you actually get a lot of bonus stuff if you include the defensive weapons and things of that. But they also cut out, like, a lot of people don't know, but they did cut out shit from the RE1 remake. Mostly Barry content. Some Barry and Rebecca stuff. Like, you don't really get as many of the questions with Barry down in the... What do you call those tunnels where you do the little Indiana Jones boulder run? Though that little area, you had a segment in the original version where you can, like, choose all these different choices with Barry and it'll affect what happens, but, like, barely. And it was really cool. And that's not in the remake anymore, I don't think, or at least it's not as, like, many choices as it was before. And since you don't fight Yawn in the same places anymore, you also don't have that former little interrogation with the rope where, like, you're waiting for Barry to come back with the rope so you can get out, but if you choose not to wait for him, you can, like, just keep exploring without him. And it's really interesting because like, it gives you the choice, but you don't really think, like, oh, Barry will be back. You think it's going to be like a video game thing where you just have to keep going anyway, but no, if you wait long enough, Barry does come back. I really like the remake, but the original game, I don't know, something about it, they fucking really liked getting creative with what you could do in the first one. Because there was all sorts of, like, just little things everywhere. Damn, I don't have the armor key. Oh, wait a minute, I think I know where I need to get that. I remember that. That's gonna be in the main dining hall on the second floor. We're gonna go into that other room, the new room from the remake where there's all the mirrors. I know that room. I don't remember the name. I just call it the mirror room because that's what... Anytime somebody has to showcase the, like, invisible zombies mode, they always use that room to show the footage because it shows how, like, you can still get the, like, zombies in the reflection, kinda, but they still don't appear. It's like a reverse vampire. Invisible in the real world, fully visible in a mirror. There's also that mode where, like, Forrest chases you down. I still need to try that mode one day. I just never have done it. It's really cool. It reminds me of the, like... I hate the RE3 remake, but I really love that, like, in one of the modes, Brad's zombie will actually chase you throughout the entire RPD. Though even then, it doesn't really have a whole lot of impact, because he's chasing Carlos and not Jill. That's... I don't know. That's a whole other rant for another time. Let's see what's this guy gonna do. You gonna get up? I don't think he's gonna get up. I say that, and then he'll immediately, like, fucking jump me. I think... We're also gonna just grab a green herb here real quick, heal up nice and neat, nice and pristine. The little spiky goober. I like this trap. I like how they added, like, more crazy fucking death traps to the remake. Okay, let's get this. Mansion key. W Riz. W Sigmas. Okay. Fuck, we need a fake key. That's what it was. I forgot to grab the fake key. I'm so stupid. Where the hell is the fake key? I don't remember that. Well, I guess we'll have to just explore a little bit more then. Boopity boopy. Okay, we get to hear the blissful little crow. I like this window right here. This whole camera angle is beautiful. You can even see the, like, clock in the top right corner. But I love this window. I can't tell if it's like how they did in not Code Veronica, RE0, where, like, some of the backgrounds are actual, like, film, like videos that they're playing in the background. To a certain extent, like things that are, like, kind of spinning around, like lamps and stuff, where it's clear that it's, like, too detailed to be a 3D model, but it's like, I don't know where I was going with that. But this one looks to be more of a, like, an actual 3D model, but I'm still not entirely sure, but it has that quality to it that looks like it's actual in-game, but that's just going off my own hunch, my own instincts. I love the detail of, like, the wood grain and everything here. Like, you could see individual, like, wood grain. And, like, you could see the, like, paper peeling off of the walls and just rotting away. It's so detailed. Especially because this is from, like, 2001, and I still think it looks better than things from, like, genuinely today. Like, you could see dust particles and light rays. Like, that's so good. I love that so much. Okay. Let's get rid of this goober. Let's see, is there a blood puddle? I don't see a blood puddle. Yeah, he's up. Is there not a quick reload button in this one? I don't think so. That's fine. I don't want to wait to run out to reload, so we'll just do that there. Armor. Where the fuck is the? Because I think that one is the armor key, but we need to find the fake armor key first to replace it with. I have no idea where it was though. Alright, let's just we'll keep rocking, we'll party rock till we get it. Okay, come on, give me my blue jewel. Oh yeah. This is really stupid minor change that matters to nobody, but I love it. There was a typewriter in this main hall in the original, and instead I think it got moved into here because I don't think that typewriter in there was in the original, into the dining hall, and I think it just adds better synergy because I don't know I think the typewriter in the main hall gives you too much of an easy like just safe room. Granted, you don't really encounter a whole lot of enemies in here unless you like let the dogs in. Same with the dining hall. But it's something you kind of have to go more out of your way to get to if you want to save over there, which makes it so you more so just say, screw it, and go to the actual dedicated save rooms. Ah, fuck, what if it was in that other door to the left? Ah, shit, I gotta see if it's in there. I gotta make sure. I'm only operating off of memory here, so I might not know a whole lot, a whole ton, a whole scoobily doop about what I'm doing here. Okay, that one's got an emblem of a helmet. That's the circumcision key. We need to find that, and then that'll get us in that door. We already got the map from here. I think the remake, they also, in that map room, they took out, there was supposed to be, like, an actual staircase in there, I think? Like, not just the movable desk, because in the original, there was, like, the movable desk so you could find the zombie behind there. But there was also, like, a little staircase that you can move up to here. In the remake, I think it's literally, this is the only... You only move this to get it up there, which... I mean, it still works, it makes sense, it's pretty easy to figure out. I don't want to let him get me. We're just gonna move to the next room. But, like, I don't know, I liked it when there was, like, an actual little staircase you moved up there. It was cute. I think they still technically have that model, they just have it in the little shack before you get to the courtyard. I don't know if they... Hold on, we shouldn't go that way. If we go that way, I think the dogs get out fully. They also changed the dog jump scare. I don't remember if that staircase was in the courtyard shack. Not the cabin at the very end, but the like one that you take to get into the courtyard from the mansion itself. I don't know if that one was in the original. It's I don't know. I don't think I've grabbed the shotgun yet. That might help us a little bit. I also want to see if there's just anything in here that I might have missed. I don't remember if this is in the original. I think it might just be a remake thing with the detail of the umbrella logo. Logo! The umbrella logo in the marble right here. You can see it in the tiles. I wish they kind of would have alternated with like black and white marble or white and red marble, not just like the black. I mean, I don't know if that material is even marble. It could be like, I don't know, fucking granite. I don't know stones. I'm not a geologist. I'm not Randy Marsh from Goon Park. But I don't know. I like that detail. I just wish it was like the actual umbrella logo colors. There was a really cool puzzle in RE9 actually, where you had to get like the two crystal balls. That one was red, one was white, and you put them into this machine, and it actually makes the umbrella logo glow in the colors of the logo. And I think that one was really cool. Like, I guess they didn't make it, like, blatantly the umbrella colors, because then it would stand out a lot more, but I think it would have been cool if it standed out just a teeny little bit. I don't know. I really like the remake, but I love the, like, colors of the original, like, classic trilogy. They really popped out at you. I feel like, especially nowadays, Capcom's losing a lot of, like, the actual colorfulness of their games. Besides the of course, everybody's favorite, the yellow paint virus. Yellow paint, yellow tape, put it everywhere. Okay, let's see. Door won't open. Barry, come save us. Oh, fuck. Is this the one where, like, can we not do it yet? I think no matter what, you can do it in the original, but I think in this one, there's a certain point in which you have to do it, because Barry has to be able to come save you. But I don't want to do that. I want to just have the shotgun. So let's just try it again. Maybe I went through this door too early. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to get it yet. It wants us to wait for Barry to have an opportune time with whatever the hell he's doing in the mansion. Damn. I think it's because I was supposed to just grab it right away when I was going through here earlier in my playthrough, and I just kind of ran right past it. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Figure it out, dude. Figure it out. Only lose me toes. I still can't believe that dude actually like fucking lost his toes. I don't know if it was like the drinking itself or if it was just like a byproduct of the drinking, like, because I think they said like he got an infection and like the drinking had already fucked up his foot so much that like the infection was unfixable. But I genuinely think it's also just possible that like it was the drinking and that like his foot got so fucking gangrene that they just had to fucking start chopping off toes. But I don't know. I'm not like no medical doctor. Like that one dude. Oh, who was that dude? It was like he was calling himself a something neutropathic doctor or some made up type of doctor that isn't like a real classification in order to like skirt away from it. That dude was crazy too. Alright, let's see what's popping, what's chilling, what's chilling in this mansion, what's coming to get us. Oh, I think after this I'm gonna put a thumbnail on my face just doing the Macaulay Culkin. That'll be beautiful. That'll be a beautiful thumbnail for this crappy little test stream. I did try and get like a little Twitch chat bar set up right. Yeah. Or not Twitch, YouTube chat. I don't want to stream on Twitch. I don't like Twitch. But I won't know if it's working until people start typing. But that's fine. Right now I'm just kind of yapping to myself. Ah, oh, fuck! I was already in here. There's nothing in here for me. Yeah. Where? I know I need to get the lighter to light that fireplace, and then I have that other book over there, that like wooden frame, and that's what gives me a map, I think. But I still need to remember where I get the fake armor key to replace the actual armor key with. Is it in here? That's the one with the no knob. Anything? I think I already grabbed the bot. Oh, there's... Okay, we got the lighter. Okay, we can start burning bodies. That also means we can get the map and other stuff, I think. So I think we have a point of progression again. Ooh, ammo. Oh, and we need this. The dog... I think that's how we get it. We get it off the dog. I'm starting. Yeah, this Mimbo just gives us the image. Today, Sir Spencer told me to hide something where no one could find it. I don't know why I'm doing this voice. Well, I had this idea. I figured if I could somehow have it protected by a dangerous animal, like the vicious canine that lives here, no one would be able to get near it. As far as I can tell, the mutt is always hanging around the second floor balcony on the west side of the terrace, and he ought to come running to the sound of a dog whistle. This is where you come in. The thing is, I reckon you're the only person that can get near the damn dog without risking a serious mowing, which means only you can put this collar on him. The object that Sir Spencer wants hidden is concealed inside. You're the only person I can trust with this, of course. You'll get something out of it as well. Remember that certain item you've been always wanting to get a hold of. In exchange for your services, you just might be able to get it for you. This could work out well for the both of us, John Tolman. I can't hear Tolman without thinking of like Tolman from Crow Country now. I love that game. So the whole dog whistle thing is new, like that's remake only. I'm curious if that's just like the dog hears a noise so it comes there, or if that's like kind of how Ari Requiem, it's like a mutated strain of the T-virus or whatever, where like they retain past trace and memories. Like how much of that is there with the original zombies? Because I doubt like because we don't really see a ton of the zombies in this one like retain their memories. The closest we get is the like Itchy Tasty Diary, but that's not really retaining memories. That's more so like he's writing while still at full mental capacity, as like it drains away slowly as the virus like corrupts him and he's subsiding to it or subsiding. I don't know, but the it's like a mental degradation caused by the virus. But I don't know if it affects all the animals the same way, because like the dogs will come to the dog whistle and stuff. Yawn, I don't know, like what differentiates yawn from a regular snake? Like it's infected with the T virus, but is it like what makes it from different from a regular snake? Because I feel like if a snake was giant enough, it would just try and eat you like yawn does. Like I don't know. That's I don't know. I'm kind of playing a game of semantics with myself now. Do you think? Ooh. One, I should get the kerosene and start burning bodies so that no zombies come up and get me. Two, I want to see if I can try and get the shotgun though. I still want that shotgun. One thing. Oh yeah. Original RE1. If you aimed the shotgun up and just went at the right time, it's a guaranteed like headshot where the zombie's head pops. For some reason, in this game, where you would need that infinitely more because any zombie that doesn't get set on fire or their head popped, it becomes a crimson head. For some reason, this is the one where they decided that's only a chance of happening. There's a chance that their head is just fine after and that they can still come back. Which, I don't know. The only other game I can think of off the top of my head where like it's not even that it's not a guarantee, it's just that they straight up don't have the head explosions of the zombies in Code Veronica. At least Code Veronica X. I don't know if the original has it. And I don't know if it's censorship, time constraints, limitations, or what caused that for Code Veronica, but it's kind of curious. Because, like, I don't know, you'd think you wouldn't notice it until you're playing the game, and then especially when you get to Chris and you're using the shotgun, and no matter how many times you do it, the zombie heads are just fine. It's like, what? That's a shotgun pellet to the face, that should go, but nope. I do also I think Code Veronica might be the first game in the series where they introduced the hard hat zombies, where if they're wearing, like, the hard hat, I don't know why it bounces off like it's ricocheting off metal. Most hard hats I've seen have been like plastic and stuff, but maybe they used to be like metal or whatever. But in Code Veronica, you'd shoot the ones with the hard hat, and it would literally like ricochet off, and that's even in like modern RE games, I think. The only other game I can think of off the top of my head that has that is Dead Rising. I always thought that was a cool mechanic in Dead Rising. Let's get back to doing and less to yapping. Alright. Is there not a... There... Yes, there you are. I have to hit the kerosene to use the lighter on the body? I feel like it should just be both. Oh yeah. Fuck! I hate that, like, you can get burned by the own fire in, like, little spaces like this. Because, like, sometimes you don't always get an optimal space to just run the fuck away from the fire. It does do, like, so minimal damage, though, that it doesn't really, like, matter, like, at all. Because I think the equivalent damage of getting hit by the fire is the same as getting hit by... Not... is it the same plant as the one in the court? The plant they have in the actual mansion itself, you know what I'm talking about. The one where you have to, like, poison it with the pesticides. I don't think that one's connected to Plant 42. I think it's a different plant that's infected. But yeah, I think the flames do about the same damage as that. So not actually a whole lot. In fact, it's like really minimal. But yeah. Use that, and it imprints the map into it, which is actually pretty cool. It's a neat idea. And then you take it away and the map just like reappears. That's fine. I like this room when you finally get the fire lit up. Like, again, it's such a small detail, but like that is too beautiful too. I love the lighting, and then like you can see the window light it up. But we've got the glow of the lamp here, and you can see it kind of like flickering, as well as the flame itself, and you can see the shadows almost like be distorted by that. Like, oh, just absolutely immaculate, dude. I love it. I love it. I would be streaming RE9, but for some reason, it's only like a few cutscenes in the game. The main ones that keep causing it are like cutscenes with Emily in it for some reason. Like, it just causes the fucking... Like, I can skip the cutscenes, but I don't know. If I was gonna stream it, I'd want to, like, watch all the cutscenes as we're playing. I did beat it, though. RE9 is... Oh, it's good. It's really, really good. But I also have, like, so many thoughts on it, and a lot of them... Like, I don't know. I feel like it's important to not just glaze these games to eternity. Especially nowadays. I feel like people are getting so... just... Because I've been a lifelong RE fan, and I think, like... Great franchise, but come on, it's not like fucking... the peak of art. It's my biogenetic soap opera where they're making monsters and having insane dialogue where they're talking about like complete global saturation and shit. Like, this isn't the fucking next Shawshank Redemption. It's not the next Twin Peaks. It's not like anything like that. But it's still, I don't know. It scratches a very particular itch in my brain. I really liked Requiem's story. We're not going down that way. That way, we're gonna get fucked up by the dogs. I'm not letting them out, dude. We can avoid letting those dogs go through those windows throughout the entire game as long as we just don't go back the other direction. We can use that hall as many times we want as we just don't go back that way, and we'll be fine. The dogs won't break all the way through. Where was I? I kind of lost my train of thought. I was saying one thing and then I swapped to the other and like back and forth. Lack of real thought mints in my brain. Damn, we already been playing 30 minutes. WW. Alright. I love all of these paintings here. And the Umbrella Chronicles version, I don't know if they, like, reuse the actual assets from the mansion itself, because it looks... I know they reused a ton of assets from Outbreak and other stuff, but the RE0 and RE1 remake assets... I'm pretty sure they reused those for the Light Gun games, the Umbrella Chronicles game, but it still doesn't look as good as it does here. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because it's like first person and you can see it all up close, but it just doesn't look as good as it does in the original remake. It is cool how in that version, though, you can like shoot all of these paintings down and get like secret bonus files and stuff. I also like how in the Umbrella Chronicles game, when you like shoot out lights like that one, they actually like go out and it changes the lighting of the scene. It's like, because that was a Wii game. That was a Wii game that I have on PS3 because it got a PS3 port. But like, that's crazy. That's crazy to me. I feel like actual lighting systems like that really were not common at all back then. And like there was like destruction symbols like systems like that already. Like I think Red Faction was already pretty popular by that point, and that game was especially known for its destruction physics. But I don't know. I don't know. I think it's the Umbrella Chronicles, despite how much it reuses, I still find it kind of impressive. I do like Darkside Chronicles more. The only thing I don't like about Darkside Chronicles is how much the fucking camera sways. Because they made it so the reticle, unlike the first Umbrella Chronicles game where it feels a little bit sloppy, it's a lot more precise in the Darkside Chronicles. And I feel like they tried to overcompensate for that by making the camera sway constantly. And I wish it was there was an option to toggle that off. Because like you'd be in a scene and you're like fighting zombies, and then for some reason the camera suddenly like goes when you need to see directly right in front of you, and it's like, I don't know, it seems like really over the top, and it kind of takes me out of it as well in the Darkside Chronicles, because it shouldn't be swinging around that much. It's unrealistic. Like, even if a human was in an active combat situation having to fire guns and fight zombies, they wouldn't be just swinging completely away from the zombies back and forth. Like, they'd try and keep fucking locked on with their head focused on them. Their point of vision focused on them. But I don't know. I could. It's a light gun game. I doubt they thought about it that much. They were probably like, these people are getting past the levels too easy. Let's make it a little bit harder. Make it look an arcade game. Put a little challenge in it. Oh, I didn't even open it. I thought I already opened the store. So there might be some stuff. There might be some zombies in here we gotta fight. I hear zombies, but I could have sworn they would normally be here. Is the, like, because I chose the, like, middle of the road difficulty option, I don't know how that, because on the original RE1, I think there's just, like, original mode and then arrange mode, and arrange mode is, like, the hard mode. Where this one, there's, like, multiple difficulty selections on top of, like, picking between Chris and Joe, because in the, I think it's in specifically the original Japanese release of RE1, Jill is considered, like, in the manual, she's mentioned as, like, the easy mode, and then Chris is, like, the hard mode. And then the arrange mode is, like, another layer of difficulty added on top of that with the director's cut. But with the remake, they took away arrange mode, but they still have, like, Chris and Jill, which are both, like, their own difficulty options. But then they also have, like, a little rap sheet you have to sign at the start where it's, like, what do you look for in your games? And it uses, like, a mountain climb as a metaphor, and I picked the, like, middle of the road one where it's, like, a little strenuous, but then, dude, man, I probably should have picked hard. Because, I don't know, it seems like... I remember this game being a little bit harder. Did I blow the whistle? Damn! Did his head pop? Oh, fuck! There was another dog! I was dumb. I forgot there was another dog. That other one, like, boom! Headshot instantly. That was like a critical hit. Damn. And I'm still at fine. Holy shit. W. I remember this segment being way harder when I was younger. I don't know. Maybe I was just a dumb kid back then, but I remember this part being a pain in the ass where I would die a lot. That was easy. How do I still have the collar? I don't think... Why do I still have the whistle? I don't think I need it. Oh, maybe I can use it as like an actual item to draw dogs to me later in the game as well. I don't know. But there we are. That's what we were looking for. Ah, this another detail. One, you can hear the buzzing, but you can also just see them right here. The moths. I think those are moths. circling around the flame. I think that would be like an part of the like a video animation for the background, because like that would be part of like how the vines right here, you see how they kind of sway a bit. I think what it is the backgrounds are animations that they have playing instead of just static images, and that's how they're doing these effects. Because that's how I think RE0 did it as well. I love how you can even see the shadows of the trees sway on the walls. Like, genuinely, games released nowadays still wouldn't have this level of detail. Not to mention, games nowadays, I feel like the shadows are way more pixelated than this. This is, like, so smooth. Like, sometimes it's good to just take a break and look around in this game. Enjoy the beauty of it. Did I discard the dog whistle? Does it just make me discard it when I leave? Like it's a key item? Okay. Okay, good. We ballin'. Ah! I should have filled my kerosene. Damn it. Damn it, damn it. That's alright. We can get some more from here. How does the rule with the hunters work? I don't know if it's the same in 1 and 1 remake, but I still don't remember what it was. Was it that for every zombie you kill, they was it for like every zombie you kill they become a hunter, or for every zombie you don't kill they become a hunter when you come back to the mansion later? It was one or the other, but I genuinely cannot remember for the life of me which. We're gonna kill these zombies, and then we're also gonna light them on fire so they're not on our way later. That last shot, I got so lucky that that counted, even though it realistically was nowhere near that zombie. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I thought his arm fell off. I think that was that 7 or 8? I kind of lost count when I started talking again. I don't see a pool of blood though. Let's make sure. Yeah, I knew it. I knew you were still up there. Come on. I'm waiting for him. Yeah, walk on screen. Oh, we saw his little gums. Okay. Is he still not done for? Okay, no, I see the blood pooling now. I was like, did that still not kill him? Maybe he was already crimson and out. He was already becoming a crimson head, and we just got him. That's why it was taking so long to get him. All right, come on. Is there please tell me there's kerosene in there? Aw, is there not? I thought all the safe rooms had kerosene. Oh shit! Ah, damn! I might have to go back to the other safe room. Ah, shit. I miss, in the original RE1, it wasn't a little guy laying on the floor to become a Crimson Head later. It was just a dude in the corner, right here. I would always let him live, that zombie, because he was harmless. He was cute. I feel like I had a name for it that started with like a J. Jimmy, Johnny. I called it like it had a name. To me, at least. I don't, like, there was no official name for that zombie. Also, am I the only one that finds it strange as hell that they're, like, on the original, there is no photos on here. I get that they're adding a ton of art and other stuff throughout the mansion to make it more lived in, but who the hell takes a structural support pillar in the middle of a hallway? Which, one, that's already weird on its own. You don't really see that often, but, like, that's not out of the realm of possibility. That's a thing that happens. That's not insane. But, like, who puts photos on those? Like, have you ever been anywhere where there's just like a support pillar and then people put photos on it? Am I the only one who thinks that odd? Thinks that odd? Can't even say words anymore because I'm like so perplexed. Lockpick, yeah, W. I think Chris has to get a small key for this room. Which, by the way, small keys as Chris sucked even worse in the original compared to the remake. In the remake, he can at least stack a couple of them. In the original, he could not carry any of it. I just realized we can swap out the because I've never actually done the shotgun swap as Jill. I always let her just get saved by Barry. But it's not like we're gonna hear an iconic line or anything if we let Barry save us. Because he doesn't even say the Jill sandwich thing. He doesn't say, "Ooh, you were almost a Jill sandwich." He just says, "A second late. You would have fit nicely into a sandwich." Which, I don't know which version of these events are canon, because Revelations 2, I think it's only in the English release. It might be different in the Japanese release. But Claire directly says Jill sandwich and makes a reference to Barry. So that would mean RE1 original is canon, but also the canon of this franchise is literally held together with hopes, dreams, duct tape, and loose farts. It's not very consistent at all. It never is. So I'm fine with it not really being the most clear. Let me be clear. Becomes liquid. Oh wait, I was gonna burn these guys first. I should not let these zombies come back, because that will most assuredly bite me in the ass. I feel like it's more annoying because you have to like find the specific angle and everything just to do this. I do really like the mechanic though. It's kind of crazy. The first time in forever that we've seen like, because we did have Crimson Heads in like the Umbrella Chronicles and Operation Raccoon City, but they don't really work like this. Like you don't get the opportunity to burn them like in this one. And then the closest thing we've had to them recently is like the blister heads, I think they're called, in RE9, which those are like tumors that like intake their entire head, and it's really cool. Kind of annoying. It's kind of the same thing as like the Any Alpha Parasite from RE3 remake. I just don't know because you can stop them from turning into that by like popping their head, and then I think there's like another way to mention, but I don't know how to do that, like burning them with acid or something. But you don't get the acid bottles until way later, so I doubt it's that. Yeah, I don't know. I like those in RE9. I like when they I don't know. It was cool. I feel like RE9 reused a lot though. Like people were talking about it like it's the newest thing ever. When I don't know, it really was kind of like a celebration of like Resident Evil's greatest hits. Like we're coming back to Raccoon City, we're coming back to the RPG. We see Mr. X. Spoilers, by the way. I guess I'm kind of just spilling the beans. We get a dude who's heavily implied to be Hunk. We get a dude who's heavily implied to be like clone of Wesker, most likely. Which Wesker clone theory has been a theory for years. There are still people who think the Wesker died in the volcano, that either it was a clone that died or that Wesker just managed to survive because he's that powerful. Which is funny because that man was literally melting in a volcano and took 2 RPGs to the face. And people are like, yeah, but what if he lived? Like, I don't know. Out of all the deaths in the franchise, I feel like that one would be the most bullshit if he actually just straight up lived it. I would rather them use the like clone excuse, like it was a Wesker clone. I straight up do think that Xeno in the RE9 though is also a Wesker clone. It's also wild. We never really learned about. We know a little bit about Jake Moeller from RE6, but then he never appears again because nobody liked RE6. And then we also got Alex Wesker, which she was, I think, mentioned before Revelations 2, but you don't actually get to do anything. Like, I think she was mentioned in the Lost in Nightmares DLC. I might be wrong about that. But she actually appears in Revelations 2, and she was a really cool villain, but I feel like, I don't know, they could have done more with that. Because it's very clear Capcom wants more Wesker, but they don't know how to implement more Wesker, because they keep killing the Weskers, bro. They're not being consistent. Ah, oh, damn it. I keep talking and forgetting to do shit. I need to burn the body down here before it comes back as a Crimson Head. Ah, you could literally see the flame like flicker and dance back side to side like an actual flame. Imagine having to animate that in 2001. That must have been insane. Because like I don't know, because it's insane to me. Because like not only did the original RE1 come out like 5 years before this game, and it's like a whole night and day difference, but even like animated movies at the time haven't quite reached this level yet. Like, this was astonishing. I still think this game looks good today. I mean, most people would say that, but I especially say that. Because, like, I don't know if it's just me. RE Engine seems a lot more, like, it has a lot of things that it's great at, but it also has a lot of limitations. Like, I think MT Framework was a bit of a better engine for RE, but that's just me. It's especially, like, whenever you get close to anything in RE Engine, the textures end up looking so muddy and gross, whether you're in third person or first person, which it shouldn't do that at all, since that engine was created for RE7, a first-person game where it should never do that. You don't want it to look blurry as hell when you're looking at things up close, because if you're in first person, everything's almost always up close. And then, I don't know, but I feel like people were kind of lax about that. But, whatever. I don't know. I just genuinely think the textures in this game are just as good, if not better, than modern RE Engine textures. Like, and I'm talking about the pre-rendered background textures as well as the actual character model textures, because both look incredible. I also think, like, a lot of, like, especially classic RE fans like me who love the old games, even though I also love the new games, it's just a lot of us would be appeased if Capcom, even if it wasn't a main title, it wasn't a number entry, it was just a spin-off. If we just got like fixed camera angle entries again, so many of us would be happy. Because it seems like Capcom, they want to like write off fixed camera entirely. Which sucks. Ah, damn, I'm gonna get fucked up here. Oh, damn it, I got clawed. Hopefully that didn't do too much damage. We do got the mixed herb though. Yeah, we're at yellow caution. If he hits us again when we get out of there, we'll just immediately heal and run away. Ah, I gotta use it anyway, because I can't carry any more items. I forgot about that. I should have planned for that. And I like how the imitation key also has a different design for the end of the key. So even though it makes sense that it could work to like replace the actual key when you're trying to like put it in there, it doesn't have the actual like unlocking mechanism in it. It's just basically two rods protruding from the end of it. So it's perfect to replace with the actual real one, but it can't be used for any actual doors. But they don't just, I don't know, because they easily could have just reused the same exact model of the key and not edited it at all. But no, they actually edited it. Because I don't know, I feel like nowadays developers would just be too lazy to change it. They just reuse the asset. Rips it dead, God, at least we got him. We got him to disappear. Oh, we're back here. The crows just sitting there perched, making their sounds. I don't think these ones are zombies, because if they were zombie crows, I would assume they would just attack us on sight, like the ones in Raccoon City. I don't think the crows in any, like, is there any evidence or signs that the crows in RE1 are infected with the T-virus? Because they just look like normal crows to me. They don't really attack you on sight like they do in other games. They just kind of... The only ones that attack you that I can remember straight up are the ones in the painting room, and that's only if you get the puzzle wrong. Whereas like in RE2 and stuff, they'll just like they'll like go through windows like the dogs in pursuit of you. Like they'll crash through. Or I'm confusing that with Umbrella Chronicles. I think it might have happened in both. It genuinely might have happened in both. Ah, Kenneth! I like the detail in the uncensored version. I gotta play the PC version of Classic RE1 because it's truly uncensored. The director's cut that I have on PS3, it's the PS1 version of the director's cut. It's supposed to be uncensored, but it's not because they just didn't. I'm surprised they never got like sued for like false advertising or forced to recall that and like actually send it out. Because they advertise it as the uncensored version of the game, but since they didn't put any of the actual stuff in it, it's not uncensored at all. Because the PC version, I think it uses the biohazard as a base. Like it's just directly ports all the like biohazard content where it's all uncensored, and then they just translated it to English. Whereas the PS1 version, they actually ported it and changed it, and that's why the English release of the PS1 version is censored. And then for the director's cut, instead of using the Japanese version as a base, I think they used they still use the English version as a base for the US release, which is why that happened. I'm not entirely sure. Keep in mind, I am dumb. I know a few of these things from like years and years and years and years of being in the franchise, but like I'm also stupid as hell. This might be like other things I'm more certain on. This one I'm kind of brain is operating in a fog on that logic. I might be talking out of my ass there. So be warned, fact check me, fact check my ass. Let's see. We're gonna go through here. And see, if we keep going this way, that window is cracked, but it's not gonna actually. I pointed at it, like you can see me pointing. You can't, but they may be cracked, but they're not actually gonna break as long as we keep coming from this direction. But if we go the other way, where we go that way, that will cause it to actually let them out. Which I like how it's different from the original, because in the original they just straight up jump through on your first time running through there. It makes it so no matter what version you play, there will be something different to kind of get you. Ah, I forgot these guys jump through here all at once. I think that happens specifically when you get the broken shotgun. I might be wrong. Maybe it's just timed to just happen after a certain amount of time is coming through here, but I think it's specifically when you get the broken shotgun. Because I remember that usually happens in Chris's run, not Joe's, but I may be also completely wrong on that one. That's another one I'm a little bit not as 100% sure on. I do know they also do that window break in Umbrella Chronicles, though. I'm 100% sure of that. Because I was replaying Umbrella Chronicles recently, and they did that, and I thought that was cool when they broke into the window. I swear, is this like actual Renaissance art of real people, or not Renaissance, but like, is this actual art of like real paintings that they're using in here, or is this like their own art that they've created from scratch? It does remind me of like a lot of older paintings. Not of, it wouldn't be the Renaissance, would it? It would be closer, because it looks like stuff like, what was his name, King Louis? The big fat dude with the beard who was like killing all of his wives. Y'all know who I'm talking. He wore that big, goofy looking cap and like he had the thespian shoulder cloth things where he's got like the Disney princess shoulder pads like he's Snow White. I don't know. I'm being retarded. You can see my massive forehead, my big old cranium, my noggin. Stupid papa. Oh, Barry! Did he already leave us supplies? Damn, I guess he does it early, because I remember that happens way later in the game. Dude, I need to get the grenade launcher from 4 soon, because there's also the grenade rounds right here. But I do already also have the shotgun. It's crazy how quick you can get stacked with weapons as Jill in RE1, original or remake. Whereas Chris, like the majority of the game, you are running around with a pistol, and then you get a shotgun, and then I think you can get the Magnum as Chris as well, but like he doesn't get the grenade launcher at all. He gets a shitty little flamethrower that has such bad range that it's basically useless. Terrible range, terrible damage. Isn't really worth using because you have to use it as a lock to open and close doors, which is already kind of goofy and dumb, but I like that's goofy and dumb in the Resident Evil way that I like. It's just I wish he got an actual like weapon that Jill didn't get, like how in RE2. I mean, yeah, because I think in RE2, Claire for sure gets the bowgun and Leon gets the shotgun, but I also know Claire gets the grenade launcher, but in return, Leon gets the Magnum, I'm pretty sure. Because I don't... Does Claire get the Magnum in the original RE2? I don't think so. I genuinely might be just completely wrong, but I don't think she gets the Magnum in the original RE2. Like, I don't know. I feel like RE2 tried to balance out the, like, weapon loadouts for the two of them more. Though I would say Claire's bowgun sucks in RE2. It's way better in RE Code Veronica. But, like, the grenade launcher is so peak that it kind of makes up for it. I'm a key. W's! We were in! This one is the only... Like, this room makes no sense to use the armor key on, because it's literally a room of armor. There we are. I think how this puzzle works, it's kind of hard for me to wrap my head around this one, even though it's kind of simple. But I think how it works is each statue is tied to another statue, so it like goes to the opposite end entirely. So it would go from here all the way to here whenever you'd move one, and then you have to do it in a process where you move them until they can't move again, because they can only move them. I don't know. It's hard for me to explain. Am I not able to open it like this? I thought, hold on, maybe I have to press this first. Yes. There we are. And then if we didn't move those the right way, they'd be poisoning us with poison gas. Sunshine will awaken me. So we need to press the hearts, I think. Nice, our first death mask. I thought it was gonna be one of the emblems to get in the courtyard, but then I also just remembered that the emblems don't actually get us into the courtyard in this version, don't they? I think there's a different method we use to get out there, and the emblems are actually just used to get a magnum? Or do we still use them to get the courtyard, and then we also use them to get the magnum? It's been a minute. For me. For moi. For Goob. All right, Goobs. Let's try and we'll try and save Richard. We'll get the radio off of him. I don't know if we'll fight Jan just yet, though. I don't like fighting Jan. He's mean. Actually, Jan is not really a threat at all. It's weird. Does he still get the first location we fight him in though? I remember. Is it just the second location that's changed to the library? I think the like, what do you call it? Not a basement. It would be the attic, right? Or some type of storeroom, at least, in the mansion. And I think that location still stays the same for the first fight with Jan. It's just the second fight that changes from like. I don't even know what that room in the original was because all it had was like I think did it even have a piano? It might not have even had that. I remember a fireplace and a checkerboard floor, and then when Jan dies, he spits acid in the floor, and then you use that to like go in the hole. Where was I going? I lost my direction entirely. Alright, we were gonna do the Richard thing, and then I walked past it. That's alright. Well, we'll just go up here. We'll get the grenade launcher, and then we'll reset. I like how they also in the original this was just a regular like hall. I did like that old hallway. Because it did also have, like, the blood smear of forest going along the wall here. But these glass windows with the trees and everything, it's just... I don't know, it's so much nicer. That angle with the mobs attracted to the light as usual. The glass table. Like, they make it look a little bit, like, more expansive out here, too. Because in the original, I think... This little corner where it turns, that wouldn't be there. It just ends right here, and that's where forest would be like posted up and the railing would end. Whereas in this one, it extends. It goes a little bit further. My goat! Forest! Oh, dude, Forest is so cool. I like him, even though he has like 0 screen time in the franchise. Him and Chris being like what not sparring partners, but like they would compete on the like field range at the RPD with sniper practice. They actually go a little bit more into their relationship at the start of the SD Perry novel. I got it right here actually. I've been reading this a lot lately. I need to finish it. I don't know, I just love Resident. I've got all the SD Perry books and I've listened to them as audiobooks, but I haven't like actually read through them. So I'm trying to like actually read through all of them. Damn, does Force get up if we go all the way back here? I was just going back here to see if there's... Holy shit, that dude is fast! Okay, let's get that... Let's get that and get the hell out of here. Do I also... Okay, I do have defensive items on manual. I guess we just didn't use one on Forest. Damn, I forgot Forest was that fucking fast. I also was not expecting him to get up right away. Okay. I was gonna try and get one of those green herbs. That seems like a bad cause. Let's try and get this and get the hell out of here. Oh damn, he almost got me again there. Oh, getting caught on geometry. Damn, he is a fast zombie. That mode where he chases you must be a fucking nightmare, dude. That is gonna be fun when I play that again, like eventually. Like, or not again, but like for the first time. I think there was something kind of like that in the DS version of the game back when I was younger, and I would emulate that on my phone. I remember something like that. It would be the first-person knife segment still in that game, where you had the like first-person knife POV, and you had to like swing your stylus to slash him. I want that game so bad, like physically, but a physical copy is like $100+. It's like, no. It's stupid that like they genuinely companies like I don't like remasters and ports are cool, but it would be also really cool and really like I don't know, I feel like it would do awesome if companies just took like old PS2 games and whatever and they made like official reproductions, because there's already a ton of people online who like make repros of games like that, and it's considered illegal and whatever, and those people get struck down. It means you never really have a security that you could just keep buying from them. because those vendors could always just disappear because of legal threats. Whereas like these companies, they still own the rights to the games and everything. It's not like they somehow lost the technology to print DVDs, CDs, stuff of that nature. They can still do that. Like cartridges would be a little bit harder, especially because for a lot of them you'd probably have to go through Nintendo directly on like Nintendo consoles, which sucks ass. But one, I don't care about Nintendo. But also two, other companies have made unofficial Nintendo cartridges and bootlegs. Like even back then in the like 90s and whatever, when Nintendo was first still like doing it as a thing, like becoming before they actually had all the competition they have now. And like I don't know, it seems to me like it wouldn't be too hard if actual companies wanted to do that like officially and like re-release games not just as like ports and stuff, but like actual the original releases being released again in the modern day. I feel like that would do so well, especially with like horror game fans. Like, do you know how many people would kill for a copy of like Haunting Ground or Rule of Rose at an affordable price nowadays? Almost everyone would, because the prices on those are insane. But that's again another tangent of mine. Ah, where the hell was that guy? I was gonna help Richard, and then I did the Forest Spire grenade launcher grab, and then we ended up back here. Let's not go that way, because there's also zombies that way. I'm just gonna unlock this door and see if it'll make one of my keys disappear, free up some space. Ah, wait, we need the helmet key for that one. Okay, so we can't even open that one yet. Do these... It doesn't look like Umbrella logos, but can it be? Like, I'm not entirely sure, but those look like those could be Umbrella logos up there. I like that pattern, though. That's a nice pattern on that ceiling. What do you call when there's two pillars and then they have that, like... Not a gate, but it's like the big half circle above them. I know there's a name for those. I mean, come on, I know there's these are called banister slats, even though like that is not useful to me at all. It would be infinitely more useful for me to be able to remember what the fuck these things are called, the loops, because those are well, I guess banister slats are everywhere too, because it's just part of like any staircase with like a handrail. Stupid bomb. Look at my big off forehead. It's got the secrets of the universe inside. I'm the mega mind. Damn it, we're back outside where Force was. I was trying to get to the safe room. Guys, I'm dumb. I'm blind, deaf, and dumb. Okay, let's go through. Yeah. We're gonna drop off some items first, and then we'll save Forest. Cause I don't know if we'll even be, because it might do the thing where like there's no time for this now, and then lock me out of the item box. And then if it does, and my inventory's full, it can screw me. I don't think this game does that, but I don't want to risk it because RE0 did that a ton. Well, it did when I was using the typewriter item box mod. But even then, like not being able to save during a dramatic moment is also not bueno, not great. Though that might. It could be just the conflict from the typewriter mod. I don't know. I cannot. I've beaten that game once without any mods, and it was the most. I don't know. It's the worst of the classic REs in my opinion. I do not like RE0's gameplay that much, and it is almost entirely due to the fact that it has no item boxes. So that mod improves a whole lot for me. I still think the game has issues, like the zapping system is like because it's different from the scenario zapping system from RE2, and that one I think it's just called the partner zapping system or the character zapping system, something like that in RE0. And I don't like it nearly as much. Like it has some really good bits, like I think the train really does it best. But everything after, I don't know. Meh. I especially hate the segments where you have to send stuff back and forth to each other, because it's always using these dumbwaiter things that have the longest times. Like, it'll zoom and show you the image, be like, there's a dumbwaiter here, do you want to use it to send an item down? And then you have to press yes, then you have to wait for your inventory to load in. And keep in mind, it's a lot faster nowadays that like, it's not on a GameCube. But, like, they'll still have, like, when you want to, like, swap between characters in the inventory, pulling up the inventory and swapping between characters, it takes 2 seconds. If you want to do it by just pressing the character swap button without opening the inventory, it takes longer, because they have this, like, whole heartbeat sound effect and, like, the little animation of it, like, zooming out and zooming back into the other character, swapping between 2 screens, all of that. When... I think that's not it taking so long to load. I think it's that those were things used to disguise the load time in the original release that they just kept in the re-release, and so you can't skip over it, which means that the only convenient way to swap characters in the re-release is to open your inventory and swap, because it's so much quicker than just pressing the swap button. And I know that's only really as much of a issue with the re-release, not really the original, but it bugs the fuck out of me, dude. I'm being impatient isn't great, but wasting somebody's time also isn't great. And they're like, I swear to God, Zero feels like it wastes my time when I'm playing it. Whereas, like, people complain about the amount of backtracking in Resident Evil Code Veronica and how long the game is, how you can soft lock yourself. But I don't know, something about Code Veronica infinitely more enjoyable. I enjoy the backtracking, I enjoy doing the things, and while you can soft lock yourself, I did it once on my first playthrough, and never again. It wasn't even the Magnum I locked myself out of, it was the Tyrant fight in the airplane where I screwed myself over because I didn't have enough ammo for it, or it was either that or I didn't have enough healing. I don't remember because it was a long while ago, because it was my first ever playthrough of Code Veronica. But I've never run into, like, a lot of those issues since. And while the backtracking is a lot, I like the amount of backtracking. It's a really long game. And I don't know, like, not in a bad way. It's just, like, you're always running back and forth and doing things, and different stuff is happening on the island, on Rockford Island, which is already just such an interesting location. I love Code Veronica a lot. I could yap all day about that one. Gemstone, Death Mask. We have 2 types of keys, a lighter. I think we only need the 1 space open so we can bring him the medicine. Just in case it won't let us open the item box when we go for that run. Another detail I love. Okay, I keep spouting about random details I love in this game, but this mirror is shattered, and then you can see broken. I don't know if it's a mirror or a picture frame actually, but it's shattered, and you can see broken pieces of the glass on the floor here. Like, again, I know it's a detail you see in a lot of things, but it's also a detail you don't see in a lot of things, because when details like this are included, they're usually something that, like, fade into the back of your mind. You don't really notice them all that much. I don't even really notice them all that much. But when it's not there, I feel like it's more apparent to me. So seeing those little details, it's cool. Richard!
You're wounded!
This whole place is a killing zone. There are monsters.
What did this to you?
A big snake. And it had to be poisonous.
Poisonous? Richard, hold on.
Bring me serum. I saw some, but didn't bring any.
I'll go and get it, okay? You're gonna make it.
Thanks.
Alright, I was waiting for the cutscene to end so I could say this, but I don't know, I feel like scenes like this are a good example to me of why I personally think the RE1 remake, the voice acting was not better than the original to me. I genuinely think, as far as like just general quality of the voice acting, it is about the same. There, granted, you don't have the characters having to pronounce their words and sentences differently, because in the original they were trying to enunciate it in a way that it would sound cool to a Japanese audience. That's why characters, instead of enunciating like "that was really something," they would be like "that was really something," and it would be a little bit more overemphasized. But what I don't like is like the way they rewrite the dialogue. Like they took out some of the like funny, cheesy lines, and like it's not the lines itself that's even bad, even though they are kind of goofy lines. It's the delivery. Like I feel like Jill's sandwich, that line could have been executed and been very good. Genuinely, I genuinely think that, because it's supposed to be a comedic line. It's supposed to be funny. It's things where it's like the master of unlocking. That is also a bit of a silly line, but you could do that with a serious delivery also. Oh, I love that. That's one of the few, like, I love that. That's not in the original. That's one of the few times in the series with the classic Angle games where you could actually see a zombie walk through a door. Another really good example, not exactly like that, but sort of like that, is in the original RE2. There's a door which is like from where you first get in from the B scenario, I think. But if you go try and leave the RPD from there in the A scenario, you'll try and walk out the door, and then you'll see zombies pop into the frame of the door open animation, and they'll come through into the room and they'll attack you, which is like that's still so cool. And I think that's the only time they specifically did that little trick in the classic games, and that's the only time right there that they did that specific trick where they just bops through the door like that right in front of you. Like, I really hate the RE3 remake. Like, most people do, but I feel like if they did an RE3 remake that was like this, not just traditional camera angles, but also like adding stuff like that. Imagine Nemesis doing that, because Nemesis already kind of like can show up whatever, do whatever. Imagine if you could actually see him go through the doors and shit too. That would blow my fucking mind. They could, like, Nemesis in the remake seems like he chases you less than in the original. In the original, he's way more unpredictable and constantly after you. Like, I actually genuinely, like, get tense and panic and like, fuck, what do I do? What do I do? Sometimes still when playing the original Nemesis. Cause he's such a, like, actual threat and he can get you quick. Whereas in the remake, Nemesis is such a non-issue. I need to hurry up and do this before Richard dies. But in the remake, Nemesis is such a non-issue that I just don't really worry about him at all. The only fight with Nemesis, there's only two fights with Nemesis that are a pain in the ass. The one where you're in the Umbrella facility and you have to like get the acid or shoot the acid containers to get Dog Nemesis. And it's mostly because they also they do the greatest video game boss fight sin of having little goons flood the arena and try and get you as well, which that usually is just a sign that your boss is not good enough to stand on your own, that you had to throw other enemies in there just for it to be a little more interesting. But it's also like not even like a game where killing enemies gets you more rewards to like help you with the fight. It's not like they're dropping ammo and shit to help you keep going. No, they're just there to be in the way and be annoying. And since during that fight, a lot of the time the camera is already pretty close to you for a third-person shooter game, but it'll zoom in extra close during segments of the fight, and during that, the zombies can still grab you and get you. It's like genuinely one of the like most horribly designed things I've ever seen. And then on the final boss fight, if you're playing on one of the highest difficulties, he can, if he hits you once, just once with his like slam strike, that can stun lock you to where he just repeatedly get you until you die instantly. It's really annoying in the remake. Like, and I think that's just straight up bad design. If an enemy like either have me die instantly in one hit, or make it so I can at least do something after getting hit, because getting stun locked to death is one of the most annoying things that can happen in any video game, because you're just forced there to sit there and watch your character get hit repeatedly as you can't do anything about it. And it's like, I don't know. RE3 Remake, to me, is the epitome of like bad game design. I think it's one of the worst games ever made. Like, actually, I don't like it as an RE game. I don't like it as a video game. Like, it's fun to speedrun, but that doesn't... That's the only thing I could say about it. That genuinely is the only kind thing I could say about RE3 Remake. is that it's fun to speedrun, and that's such a baseline compliment, especially for Resident Evil games, since they all have speedrun potential. They all have insane unlockables. Even the original RE3 does all of that way better than the remake does. I don't know. Like, I need to stop, like, focus on the game and not this silly little rant. But I don't know. I love ranting about RE3 remake and how much I hate it. It sucks. Nemesis, like, I don't know. I feel especially bad because I got that game. That's one of the few, because like RE Requiem I got on day one, RE4 remake I got on day one, but I didn't start getting RE games on day one until I think RE3 remake came out. And I don't know why, because like I did really like RE4 remake and RE9, but I don't know why I like had to have those on day one. When RE3 remake, I was so disappointed with that, and I also got that on launch day. And I remember being really, really upset, especially because the game, I was taking my sweet time, like actually being super slow with it, because I was looking at everything, doing everything I could, really exploring. And I still managed to finish that game in like 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours on my first playthrough. And I remembered in the demo, you could down Nemesis with one grenade, and I was like, oh, that's cool, you could like stun him like Mr. X. I wonder how many grenades it'll take to actually like down him to get the rewards. And then I played the game on release day. I tried the grenade thing immediately, and all it took was one grenade, and he was down, and I got the reward, and I was like, oh, Nemesis is just a bitch. And this is, even on the highest difficulties, in the segments where he's chasing you around the city, all it takes is one grenade. And, like, it should take, if you're like actually trying to down Nemesis with grenades, it should take at least 3, I think. Because only one grenade is enough to just down him and get the reward and run off. It's pathetic. Like, Nemesis in the remake is such, like, just a poser. He's not cool. He's a goon. He really is just a goon. But like he's just a goon for Umbrella doing their dirty work, infected with the virus, taking their commands like a terminal computer, the same way Mr. X does. But like he like in the original he did all that, but he was actually menacing while doing it. You didn't really think about it much. Whereas the remake, he is just not a threat at all whatsoever. Like, I would have rather they just cut those Nemesis boss fights out of the game to focus on the actual chase segments with him in the city being better. Because I feel like they cut out so much and they added so little. Like, what were the new things added in the RE3 remake? We get a toy store that you're in for like 2 seconds, and a boss fight with Nemesis where he has a flamethrower. That's the only new things I can think of. But what's cut? Alternate routes, the Gravedigger boss fight, the graveyard, the clock tower, like the hospital segment is rearranged entirely. You play as Carlos in the RPD now instead of Jill. The spiders are gone. The Drain Deimos have been redesigned to look more like the spiders, even though that makes no sense. They also made the Drain Deimos, for some reason, the introduction cutscene to them has them, like, lay an egg in Jill's mouth, and it's just so gross, and it seems like, I don't know, like, there was no reason for them to do that other than to just be gross out. Damn it, I don't want to go through all these zombies. Let's just use the shotgun on these and hope we get some head pops. My goober shirt, well, not even mine, this is Max's, but I have it for now. Alright, let's get up there, let's get up there. This is, like, by the way, the most inefficient route to get back to Richard. I don't know why I took this route. I think it was only because I was yapping so much that I absolutely mindedly took the worst route possible. Because it would have been so much easier to just go up the second floor and go through here. There's a good chance I might be too late to save Richard. Like, probably not, but also it is possible. I was taking my sweet time. That easily took like at least 5 minutes, maybe a bit longer. I took too long. He's dead. Yeah, I don't think we'll get the. I didn't save either, so it's not like I can go back to an earlier save. And now I just have this in my inventory. I think this means that Barry won't have to save us now, though. We'll have a dose to save ourselves. Even though we are really not equipped to fight Yarm at all right now. You know, we'll just do this, and then if we die, we'll end the stream and we'll come back later and start over or whatever, because this is just a test stream anyway. I just wanted to play a little bit of RE1 Remake. I can come back and play this game some more later. Ah, I can't do it yet anyway, because I don't have the shield key. Dude, that's the first time. Oh, damn, that's a good head pop. That's the first time I've ever taken so long Richard has actually, like, died. Damn. I really was too caught up in the yapping. By the way, that chandelier with candles in it, that must be a pain to light. I'm sure those exist in real life, but like, imagine having to get a ladder, get up on that and just light individual candles. And then wouldn't all that wax melt down too? Like, I'm sure, maybe there's some to like catch it, but I don't know. Ah, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it! Damn it! I can't carry it anymore. I really should have thought this whole excursion more through. I could also just start a new playthrough at a higher difficulty. Because I do feel like the middle of the road one isn't exactly what I was expecting. But we already started, let's commit, let's commit, let's commit. Oh, fuck. Is this dude already eating Richard? I still can't, like, I've seen the clips online of Richard dying, but I've never actually had it happen to me in a playthrough before, because I don't usually take that long. Because how it's supposed to work is, like, all you really have to do is go through where you meet Richard in here, and then you just go down the hallway immediately to, I think, the left, down to the main hall, go straight through to the dining hall, second floor, take a turn, get back to the bottom save room on the other side, get the serum, and then take the same trip back, and you can be back in literally like 2 minutes. I was so busy caught in the yap sesh that I forgot to do any of that, and I just... Oof. Oof. That's big oofs. Alright. I think we'll just save here and then we'll take a break from the stream. Maybe continue a little bit and later. Because this was just supposed to be like a quick little test stream and then I kind of got into it. But I do want to stream some more today and a little bit after I get a break. I don't know if we'd continue this. If we do continue this, we'll probably continue this playthrough. Maybe not. I don't know. I kind of want to do a playthrough where I don't get Richard killed. But it's fine. I think it's funny. It's really funny that happened. Alright. But I will be back my gooners